Hey everybody, welcome to episode 49 of ChanmanV's Pro Corner, where pros come and show us how it's done. Today we have the pleasure, we got a whole array of folks on tonight. We've got on Infinity 7's iSAxslav, Western wWSpades, and oh gosh, I have a total brain. What's FG again?
Flow Gaming.
Flow Gaming, gosh, Flow Gaming's future on today's Pro Corner. So we're going to be doing a TVP episode. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Everybody doing well?
Yeah, doing pretty well, man.
I was waiting for permission to speak.
You can speak anytime, dude. Jeez, man.
Doing fantastic.
Awesome, awesome. But before we get started, let me describe what we're going to be doing today for the viewers, and then we'll kind of find out what you guys have been up to recently. What we're going to do is we're going to do a best of 5 format. We're going to have iSAxslav and Spades play a best of 5 series, and during that time, we're not going to be doing the kind of best of series where they talk. We take turns talking with each one of them during the series. We're going to have them just play like a normal type of show match series where they just go and play and don't talk at all. And then me and Future will co-cast the games during that, and we'll try to kind of take notes as to where there are really good moments to go over, and really compelling moments in each of the games. And after the series is over, we'll pull on iSAxslav and Spades again, and then we'll go over some of those games, probably one or two of them, depending on the time. And we'll do it kind of Pro Corner style, where we walk through the replay, have you guys talk about your builds and strategies, and maybe some of the things that went into some of your decision making. God, I'm like tongue tied today. But before we get started, why don't we get a little bit of news from each of you guys, or what you guys have been up to. Why don't we start with you, iSAxslav? What you been up to?
Just playing some StarCraft. Like lately last weekend, I was at the MLG Arena number 2, doing like replay analysis on the free stream and doing some commentary, things like that.
How was that?
Weekend before that, was that?
How was that? I mean, I saw a little bit of some of your analysis in that, and that's like your second time doing it, right?
Yeah. This time there was more doing replay analysis on the free stream. Last time was a little bit more doing like post-game analysis on the paid streams.
Mm-hmm, right.
But the games from the arena were just so high level. It was really, especially the Pulse TVZ.
Oh gosh,
it was
just crazy.
Yeah, it was very, very, very good. Him versus Symbol and Nongregur were such great series. Anyone who's interested on either side of the TVZ matchup, and then also the ZVZ finals were just one of the best finals I've seen. I think they were better than the GSL finals.
Really? You actually thought they were better? Man.
Yeah, they were very, very. I mean, the GSL finals are great. Don't get me wrong, but that series between Violet and Symbol then was just really, really cool to watch.
Yeah, I think I totally agree. The TVZ series, yeah, like you said, overall were just amazing. Oh my gosh, I didn't catch that many matches, but I did catch like all those Pult series and the finals, and man, great stuff. Did you actually do analysis after those? You didn't do analysis on those, did you? Or,
yeah, I did a lot of TVZ. I did Pult versus. Yeah, it was on. I mean, it wasn't after the game. It was like later in the day. I went over to replays on the free stream.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then the week before that, I was down in Ventura, California, Southern California, for the Green Forest Land.
Oh, right.
That was fun. That was fun. There was a bunch of good people there. Like State was there. Gosu brought Rhythm, STX, Select was there. Empire, BC Cutie, and Violet were there, and just a couple other players. I think I'm forgetting someone. Yeah, I ended up getting second, so that was nice.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, that's right. I remember seeing that. Did you guys actually play outside? Because I know the casters were outside.
No, the games were all played inside in the LAN center, but there wasn't much movement there, so what they had the casters, and also that way, a lot of the local LANs have a hard time finding a spot for the casters where the players can't overhear it.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, it was really great that the casters outside, they had the seating there and the big screen set up and everything.
Right.
And then the players were inside in the LAN center playing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was always wondering that because they never got a shot of you guys playing, right? But
there were some shots on their highlight reel. They had a bunch of footage of us playing, but they weren't like the spectators wouldn't see us playing. They would just see the casters.
Right. All right, Spades, what you been up to?
Well, the past week and a half, I've been pretty much just playing only Diablo 3.
As well as a lot of other people, right?
Yeah. But I decided to just sell up all my items and then go back to StarCraft because we have big events coming up, so that's
That's
pretty much all I've been up to.
all right. That's cool. That's a good idea to get back to practicing before Anaheim. How about you, Future?
Just been playing a lot of StarCraft. I had qualified to go to Anaheim for WCS, so
Awesome.
really been putting in a lot of time just to sharpen up my builds and just be ready for Anaheim and MLG. So just been putting a lot more hours of practice, a little less hours of coaching.
Good stuff. So all of you guys will be in WCS, is that right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Gosh, it's gonna be action-packed weekend, man. There, it's gonna be so awesome. But okay, guys. Well, actually, Future, this is your first time on Pro Corner, right? Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I came on some of the King of the Hills.
Yeah, but that wasn't Pro Corner though. Great.
Yeah.
So welcome. It's always good to add you to the to the list of players on here. So this will be a good time. So at this time, why don't we get in the game? Why don't we start these start the series, and we're gonna start on Cloud Kingdom, guys. And why don't you guys switch the audio at this point so that you guys can't hear us?
All right.
And we'll test to see if they can't really hear us.
Yeah.
You guys hear us? Testing.
Hear us?
Okay, so they can't hear us, guys. So me and Future will be casting these games, and of course, the other two guys will be playing it. And this is going to be more of a Pro Corner type cast, which is, I'm going to really get a lot of perspective from Future's standpoint as a player, and not so much a play-by-play, what you kind of expect from a lot of other type of casts or show matches and that kind of thing. Just for folks who've never seen the show. But why don't we switch over to the game here? I'll start the game now, and hopefully Screen Switcher will do this properly. I always have to double check in the very beginning of this, just to make sure it happens right. So, Future, what's your how's your PvT these days? Given that this series is a PvT.
It's a little hit or miss sometimes. Like sometimes I feel really confident. Like, if I can get to that late game. But sometimes that mid game's a little bit rocky, just deciding which tech path to go, whether I want to kind of maybe play it a little safe, stay on 2 base a little longer, or maybe take a little bit of a risk and go, like, I guess, quick third Nexus, off 1 gate. So it's pretty good, but yeah, there's just some holes in it, I guess, in that mid game. That ever so hard mid game for Protoss players. So,
right, yeah, it's funny because when you ask both sides of this matchup, both of them seem to always complain about the other. So, it's kind of interesting to hear. Like the Terran's perspective is always there's this crazy tech switch from Colossi to Hive Templar or vice versa that Terrans have to catch, or else they'll totally be surprised, and their armies will basically be less cost efficient because of it, and they'll generally lose that big battle. Do you kind of feel that way as Protoss, or do you think that's a little overstated or anything like that?
Oh, that tech switch is really hard for them to deal with.
Yeah.
I mean, I think as long as they're scouting, and they should expect it anyway, because I mean, Protoss, that's really the only option they have to do that tech switch. I mean, you're not going to like pop out with a bunch of Void Rays, so it's kind of expected. So I think as long as like Terran's doing a good job scouting, they will not get surprised. But it definitely can be tough having that combo of Storm and Colossi, especially if Terran gets a little bit behind in the mid game.
Right.
Okay. Now the cool thing about Spades though is I've played the Spades like a very long time, and he views the matchup differently. He likes going. He very rarely does drops. He likes getting a very quick third command center. He likes going for the macro game. He's like the Protoss in this matchup, and it'll be kind of interesting to see how iSAxslav adjusts to that style, because you're not going to see any 2 medevac timings with Spades. You're going to see very quick thirds and very macro.
Okay, so Spades playing macro style. That's not a surprise. Pretty much in every matchup he likes that kind of style. So it looks like he's opening Reaper, huh?
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Talk to me about like maybe some of the problems a Reaper would give iSAxslav here.
Well, based on the build iSAxslav is choosing, this actually could be a little problematic because the Stalker is going to be a little slow. He's going for that cannon expand. I don't see what order he got it in, but he's going to be getting... I guess he went Nexus first. But yeah, he's going to be getting that cannon up at the front, so the Reaper's probably going to get about 3 or 4 probe kills. He'll be able to finish it off with probes, but it'll be quite annoying for him to deal with.
Oh, he sees it. iSAxslav actually sees the Reaper coming from the probe at the Zolnaga, so...
Yeah.
I'm not sure what he can do, though, to
much, actually.
Yeah. Can he jump that ledge there?
I think he's going to take the cannon down.
Oh, wow. Oh, you're right. Man, those Reapers do so much damage to buildings. Okay, so the cannon's going to go... Well, he's going to cancel that, so it won't actually go down. He'll probably leave this probe right here. And... yeah, I mean, how is he going to fight this out? I mean, it's going to be another... I mean, how many seconds? Another 50 seconds before a Stalker comes out here, so...
Yeah. He needs to pull more probes than that.
Oh, yeah, he's going to lose all... Oh, that's okay. There's good control there. Oh, another Marine coming up here, too, to be even more annoying. He's got another one coming, another one rallying down here, too.
Oh, this is rough.
Oh, this is really rough. How many has he lost? He's lost 5 workers so far.
This is why I don't like cannon expands as much. I'll play with them from time to time, but little things like this are like well-timed Marine all-in. It's really hard to deal with this kind of stuff. Just to have that unit out there.
Okay, so he took out 5 workers. He's still doing well worker-wise. I mean, obviously with meals, Spades' economy is probably better. But, you know, he's just keeping up with the probe production, which is good.
Oh, there's that third command center.
Yep, there it is. Well, iSAxslav's got a probe hidden down here. Okay, so Spades Marine taking that out. Not going to sneak any kind of... Well, not going to get any much scouting done with that probe. All right, do you anticipate any kind of 2-base timing by each of them? I mean, probably not from Spades, given that he's got the 3rd command center right now. Not enough gateways either from iSAxslav probably to do any kind of timing.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what iSAxslav would be going for. I mean, he's getting armor, so that kind of leans me toward he wants to go some type of gateway pressure. I don't know if he'll go like really hard in the paint with like 7 or 8 gates, or just get the armor upgrade so his zealots just don't die. So it'll be... I'm not really sure how he's going to play this one out.
Right. He's building that proxy pylon up by the 3rd of Spades, so looking like he's at least setting up some of those potential warp and reinforcements there. Sentries are actually moving across the map. What do you think iSAxslav's doing here with the push out here?
Just getting a little map control, maybe punishing Spades for a quick 3rd, and also applying a little pressure. So maybe Spades will pull some SCVs, and also if Spades just had 1 bunker, he could just maybe do an outright kill move before medevacs come out.
I see.
But I'm not sure how often iSAxslav plays Spades, because this is not what you usually see at the front. Like, he's gonna roll up and be like a tank there.
Exactly. It's gonna be weird.
And it's not like Korean style where they're hitting you with 2-base tanks. He's gonna take a 3rd and just sit on the tank. So it's very peculiar to play against this.
That is strange. Those bunkers are just so evenly spaced too. It's like weirding me out actually. I don't know why actually, but something about those bunkers. Okay, so it looks like iSAxslav can see what he's got up front and is gonna actually head back home, which is probably the right thing to do.
Not sure if he saw the tank though. That would be...
I don't think he did, but he saw the 3 bunkers, which I think was enough for him to go fight another day. So he's taking his 3rd. Looks like he's saving up for the 3rd here. Okay, so what do you think? I mean, who do you think's ahead at this point?
I think Spades is, based on like the damage he did early on, and then also look at those upgrades. He's getting those upgrades really quickly. It's going to be really nasty when 2-2 hits. He's probably going to hit a timing with 2-2 and about 160-ish supply with Ghosts, and I'm not sure if Axe is going to be ready for it. He needs to start... He's getting his Templar archives out, so that's going to be good. But he's a little in the dark right now. He's got some defensive cannons up. He doesn't really know what he's expecting. He might even be thinking he's doing some delayed Banshee play. So Poot. So I mean, I think he needs to get a robot just to see kind of what's going on out there. A little scary to be in the dark as a Protoss.
Yeah, where is his robotics tech? He actually doesn't have a robo anywhere, does he? So he's going High Templar, is getting Storm right now, and yeah, I kind of agree with you. I mean, what do you actually think of the statement that, I've heard from other folks that, Terran basically needs that 30-40 supply lead going into that kind of, big battle. Is that true in your mind, or do you think that's, again, it's really just because, it could be because of just how the engagement goes or that kind of thing, where it's, a lot of times the Protoss army ends up being more cost efficient.
I don't agree with that statement. I think I think if Terran has even supply with Protoss, it'll be fine, even if they're a little undersupplied. Because I mean, really good Terrans are extremely potent with their Ghost control, their Viking control,
right.
Constantly scanning just to kind of throw those EMPs on your High Templars. Obviously, it's going to help if they have a supply lead.
Mm-hmm.
But will they lose if they're equal supply? No, not at all. If they have good control, because the thing with the Protoss army is if you make a couple missteps, I mean, you could literally lose all your firepower, which is those storms, or if you miscontrol the Colossi, and then really just the Zealots just melt after that. So I think Terrans that are really good at controlling late game army, that's very important. But some Terrans, they're not, the best late game control.
Right. A little bit too much of A moves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like how iSAxslav's got pylons on the top and the bottom of the map, so he can kind of do a little bit of two-prong attacking, harassing the natural. See, look, he's got a few units walking in the natural here at the same time. Bunker's taking it out though. All right, so Spades takes care of that. Pretty big army up top here, but there's tanks. Tanks are going to be really effective here, I think.
Not sure how he's going to get in here and do this.
Oh, nice storms though. Wow, he killed he killed 10 workers and maybe a couple meals there.
Yeah. Oh no, though. Oh, nice force field.
Oh, that's a great force fields. Zealots taking care of all the bio in the front, while the storms are definitely chasing off or killing the rest of the bio in the back there. I think he's out of storm. He might have one more storm left here. Oh, nice force fields again. But
I don't think Axe could have asked for a better
engagement.
engagement.
I mean, this is as good of an engagement as you can get. But I still don't think he can push into it, given the tank and the bunker position.
Very well with the minerals. His macro kind of slipped there. He's up at about 2K for a second.
Yeah, iSAxslav. All right, so he's actually running the long ways back. Good time taking the very roundabout way. It looks like Spades is pushing up with a little mini pack here to take over that Zelnaga. Is he going? His medevac count seems to be kind of low, but he's building a couple more here, so he's going to get up to 5.
I'm a little worried for Axe here. He doesn't have any more firepower left. And by firepower, I mean those AOE units. You need those Colossi, those Stormers, and he only really has one High Templar in his army now.
Yeah, I mean the AOE units are really what even out the two armies, or at least counters the medevacs, the healing of the medevacs. Without it, it's just like it's not even close to battle.
The Zealots die before they even reach.
Exactly. Stalkers are pretty worthless against that Marauder Marine army there. Okay, it looks like Spades is pushing across the map. The Zealots are trying to avoid dying there prematurely there.
He's trying to do some counters at the third, but there's a bunker and a tank there. He's not going to be getting too much done there.
Okay, so it looks like Spades is going to deny the 4th of iSAxslav, but iSAxslav catching a few units. If he catches these ghosts, it's definitely going to be worth the Zealots there. These ghosts are way more expensive. Oh, but this ghost took off. Ran back to their brother in there. Okay, but it looks like Axe is just really going with this heavy harass type of style here. Attacking everywhere. In the natural, in the third, just sending Zealots everywhere.
Yeah, he's trying to buy him time to get those Colossi out, because he's got double Robo production right now. So he really wants to get those Colossi out before he starts another engagement. And he got the 3 armor on the Zealots, so they're going to be really good tanks, especially if he can save some Guardian Shields for the fights.
Yeah, I like how he's playing this. You know, it's definitely, you know, those Zealots aren't that expensive given that they're just minerals, right? And saving those gas for the big heavy hitters like the Colossi and the Templars, which he's going to be using for Archons also towards the end of this game. And he's catching up in supply too, so I think that harass that he's been doing has been working. He still has there he goes. He had a small unit that's in the bottom of the map here. They're moving up.
Yeah, this harassment's really good that Axe is doing. It's really kind of keeping Spades on the defensive now.
Yeah.
Although, I'm worried though, because Spade is banking a lot of money, so his remax is going to be very strong.
Oh, killing a bunker with nobody in it.
Yeah.
Oh, he could have done some more damage to workers there, but he's going to be doing some damage up top.
Lost all his oh, okay, got some of them away. Oh, money.
Oh,
good
nice.
Spade.
Oh, this Ghost's really pushing up forward, but they're not scared. Like, bring it. Bring it, Colossi.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Here we go. Oh, this Ghost took a terrible death. Oh, lots of storms here, though. The storms are just right on. Wow, look at that.
With Colossi, though. They're going to all fall now.
Oh, they are. Those medevacs just keeping those Marauders alive just long enough to tear through the Colossi.
Spades is really good at late game army control. He's got a lot of experience with the late game because he wants to go there every time. Where most Terrans just try to get try to kill their Protoss in the mid game. So he's very comfortable with these situations where he's just kind of got to wear the Protoss army down. Throwing those EMPs, sniping Templars, just kind of wearing them down. So it's gonna be hard for Axe to come back from losing his army like that.
God, look at all the barracks he has. He has so many barracks. How many barracks is that? 1, 2, 3. That's like 9 barracks, maybe?
Oh, yeah. And look at the money. That's the big thing right there. Spades is a huge bank right now, so he's going to be able to remax very easily. Well, Axe is just barely scraping enough together to keep Spades off of, his 4th base.
It's kind of interesting, because they're all the same number of bases right now. I mean, if anything, I think Axe has been on more bases for longer. So I guess it's just, he spent less money, right? He was definitely spending a lot of money with those Zealot harass that he was using, and he's still continuing it.
Yeah, this harass is really kind of keeping him in the game.
Yeah, it's kind of paying for itself. 19 workers killed so far. There's 2 Zealots trying to take down a Ghost Academy.
Oh, we got a drop going over to the natural. We don't see this often from Spades.
He's got 2 cannons there, so I'm not sure how well that's going to be doing.
I don't really like drops at this stage of the game for Terran, just because Protoss have at least 15 gateways for warping. So
yeah, exactly.
It defeats the purpose of a good drop. You need to either doom drop or just don't bother with it. Focus on the main fight.
Maybe, well, he's taking out pylons. It's definitely smart because iSAxslav's got pylons all over the map, which I've always felt is really smart for Protoss to do, given that they can warp in, and it's good scouting. He's chasing down those medevacs. Those medevacs are about half health here. Is he going to make it past that cannon? Oh, it's attacking the right one, at least, for Spades.
No feedbacks either there,
exactly.
So we got a big battle going into the 4th now.
Yeah, they're kind of dancing a little bit. This looks like a good, I don't know, looks like good positioning from iSAxslav if he comes down that ramp. He's got 3 cannons, plus he's got plenty of space to storm or for this Colossi to do their thing. All right.
Got a High Templar watching the Spades 4th. He's getting hungry.
Exactly.
Just wait.
So what do you think of, right now as a Protoss, I mean, you see that if you get a look at those Vikings, is it enough just to stop making Colossi? If he does reload, there will be no Colossi. It's just going to be all Templar and Archons?
I mean, I would switch to getting Immortals out of those
really?
ropes.
Okay.
Yeah, until you can whittle that Viking count down. It's just way too many Vikings in the air right now. You need to just get some Immortals out and throw some good storms down. You really need to beat up this Terran army, especially in this late game. I kind of view the micro kind of like a boxing match. I feel like you really have to throw storms, force stems from the Terran, really kind of beat them up before you go in for the kill. Too many times Protoss just move into a Terran army and it dies. Full medevacs and everything. So
Spades in a great position. He can actually attack 2 of iSAxslav's bases from this position. AxslaV having to kind of come around that little S, the bottom of that S there, and engage here. But there's a lot of Vikings, and it's going to lots of great EMPs there.
Nice storm.
But it's not quite enough.
It's so strong.
Yeah, 3-3 bio with all those medevacs. They're just gonna. It's gonna take 2 or 3 storms to kill him.
Yeah. I really would have liked to see some. Well, he does have a Dark Shrine out. He could really be doing a lot of damage with some DTs here.
Yeah, that's true. There's no, definitely no towers, or I mean, there's plenty of scans though.
Yeah.
But anything at this point to delay the Terran. AxslaV's pretty much out of money here, and like you said before, Spades has plenty of money to jump on.
So really, I mean, really, all I ask to do is kind of just keep this harass up. Hope he keeps Spades at bay while he kind of tries to turtle storm and get back to max. If he can get back to max, he might be able to have a chance, but it's looking really slim right now. But he is doing a great. I mean, Spades actually, if you look, he's not really mining from a lot of patches, but I mean, his army value is so much bigger. So.
Right. Hey, that's very true. Sorry guys, I'm having to switch over the score. I just realized the the scores, of course, are backwards. Yay! That's what I was afraid of, what I was just saying before we started this thing. Okay, that should be better, right guys? Okay. Alright, so it looks like Spades is just, he's established that position, taking out the 5th. I don't know. It's going to be tough for AxslaV to get back here.
Oh, what is he doing?
Yeah, definitely shouldn't be engaging right now. Oh, she's donating ghosts.
Oh, that could be potentially huge if he blankets the storms.
Oh
here.
wow, look at the storms there. There's about 5 storms, 6 storms. Oh, if there was just like 1 or 2 more storms there, I think it would have been. He could have wiped that army out, but GG. Good game by Spades there. I think that was a solid game on his part. That macro style he loves.
Yeah, and I really like the Reaper there. That was really good. It gave Spades the lead, and he just never looked back.
Exactly. Okay, we're going to have AxslaV choose the map now. Guys, just tuning in, what we're doing today is we have AxslaV and Spades playing a best-of-5 series. Obviously TVP, and I have Future here co-casting with me, and really giving us a good perspective from both sides as to what both players are probably trying to do. And after the series, what we'll do is we'll pull on AxslaV and Spades and have them come and actually, walk us through a few of the replays and tell us, actually what was in their heads while they were playing the games. Okay, looks like AxslaV chose Daybreak, so I will start Daybreak. What do you think of Daybreak in this matchup?
I like it. I like it for both races. I like it for Protoss because it's like a longer map. So you don't have to worry about, early like 1-on-1s, and there's a lot more time, so that 2 medevac timing comes out a little bit, slower because they have to walk across the map. But then I also like it for Terran because if Terran can control the middle and lock down the middle, it's going to be pretty easy game. I mean, not an easy game, but it's going to be a more controlled game for them in the late game, so they can just kind of sit on that planetary in the middle. Just kind of shift their army right and left wherever the Protoss is trying to get in. So, I think it's a pretty balanced map.
Okay, great. That's what we like to hear. I like to hear games on balanced maps. So, viewers, enjoying what you're seeing? These guys are obviously. It's kind of great to have the 3 of you guys on because I know you guys are all friends, and it's always nice to have a nice, relaxed day on Pro Corner. Guys, did I mess with the score again? Oh my god! This scoreboard is gonna kill me, I swear. It's gonna kill me. I never get it right, man. I swear.
What number show is this for you?
I did exactly right. Hey now.
I just kidding.
Oh god, but that is the truth. That's what my mods always say. Can you not get it right, man? That's hilarious. Okay, there we go, guys. Now we got it right. I think the one that's built into XSplit is actually a little different than the one that's external, believe it or not. So maybe I'll just do the opposite of what I've been doing. Maybe that'll work. That's my way of fixing things. Just do the opposite of what what I would normally do.
Trial and error. You'll figure it out.
Exactly. All right, Spades looking like building that supply depot there again. Just to be as efficient as possible. Same with iSAxslav with that near pylon. Is there anything either of them can do really in the first, 4 minutes of the game to really affect, to really harass each other?
Not really. I mean, you got all-ins from Terran. I mean, 2 racks all in. But I mean, that's really it. They can do. I mean, you can't do like a little pressure you can like in a TVZ for instance, because you either got to go all in or it's just not going to do anything. The depot placement's a little interesting by Spades, but he'll probably put the 2 depots in the barracks at the front eventually. So
right.
Sometimes just build the first one up there because they just want that wall.
I mean, the wall sometimes is a bad thing, right? In this matchup.
I don't think so. Maybe if there's like an immortal bust or something, but like if stalkers are trying to run by or something like that, or someone's doing like a blink build or trying to be a little cute, warping, putting a pylon on the low ground, trying to warp in on the high ground, the wall's actually really nice, and it's just going to shut all that down. So
okay, so all you Terran out there, you should start that wall probably early.
Yeah.
So there's the wall. So he's probably gonna do maybe a 3 barrack block.
He's got an interesting wall. Most Terrans put their wall up at like the main ramp, so just in case times get tough, hard to pay the bills, gotta run, hide.
Right, exactly.
You can hide in your main base, but Spades does not care. He's got a lot of confidence in his TVP, and if he doesn't want to leave.
Exactly.
he's gonna die in his expansion. That's basically what this wall is saying, and also it kind of helps as well because it's harder to, I guess, get at the SCVs if you're trying to run stalkers by.
So would you say the last? Well, wow, starting a 3rd Nexus. I was gonna actually make a comment about iSAxslav going gate first this here, but I was gonna ask you if you think the Reaper opening kind of affected that decision in this game, his opening or not this game.
Well, I mean, I guess not, because
yeah, because
he went Reaper. iSAxslav would just be a while before he could mine from those other bases.
Exactly.
I think he's just counting on like Spades is probably not going to go Reaper on this map because there's not a lot of places to jump with the Reaper.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad Reaper map. I mean, generally speaking, right?
Yeah. But this is kind of the counter to like I wouldn't say the counter, but maybe like how how a Zerg, when a Protoss Forge fast expands, a Zerg will take their 3rd. This is kind of like the counter to like what Spades is doing.
I see.
It's kind of, so they'll kind of be on even ground after this. Although iSAxslav got these really quickly, so I will be interested to see if Spades will respond with pressure or just an earlier command center. And it looks like I'm not sure what timing he usually gets this, but he's getting his 3rd command center up. So
yeah,
Spades is gonna let him macro up. He doesn't really care.
Yeah, Spades is so confident in his macro that even if he knows the other opponent's doing the same thing, he doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's like, bring it.
Well, Spades has told me many times that if he doesn't die in the mid game, he will win. He just doesn't want to die in the mid game, and he feels very confident once he gets a late game, which is the total opposite for like 90% of the Terrans out there.
Right. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like Spade is going double engineering bay already. He's gonna be getting those upgrades really fast here in this game. It's before even a tech lab, right? So you think he'll be starting 1-1 before Stem or Shield here?
Oh yeah. He wants to go for that late game, so he's just getting those upgrades. But look at Axe. Look at that income. Like, he is bringing in a lot of money.
Let me see that income. Oh wow, yes he is. 45 harvesters at 7 minutes in the game for Protoss is quite a few.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Zerg, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
See, Protoss can keep up with Zergs. You just have to build your Nexus at like 5, have your Nexus finish at 5 minutes. I mean, not a big deal. Alright, looks like more and more meals coming down at the natural here for Spades. Let's see what his income looks like now. Okay, it's getting closer with all those meals.
Yeah. triple mule is kind of nice.
Exactly. Okay, it looks like Spades is just now building that tech lab on his barracks. And right now, I feel like iSAxslav's looking really good here. I mean, he's kind of got away with that super early third, right? And
yeah,
I mean, his economy's kicking in well before Spades, you know, that third command center, since he was using it just for meals for a while. And yeah, actually looking good. Looks like he'll probably open, given that he started with Robo, right? He'll probably open with Colossi.
Not necessarily.
Okay. So
He might go gateway style. Generally, with the triple expand right here, or I guess the 3 Nexuses, typically go into Charge Lot Storm. But I mean, he obviously can go Colossi, but I think Charge Lot Storm is going to be a much better choice for him. Well, it looks like I am wrong, and he wants to get those Colossi really early.
Okay.
Get the double Robo.
Oh yes. So what do you think about that decision to open Colossi versus, you know, open Colossi then transition to Templar Archon versus opening Templar and transition to Colossi? Do you think one's better than the other, or?
I mean, I think it's a style thing. Like, I like to have the Colossi in the mid game because it makes the Terran medevac push a lot easier to deal with. Because the gateway style, I mean, it's good if you're in the right positions, but Terran can like abuse you like crazy if they get a good like position on a drop, or they catch some of your units out, you know, in the middle of nowhere, or you're just out on the map somewhere and boom, it drops. So I like the Colossi opening better because it feels a little bit safer in that mid game, and you can be a little potent too. If he's trying to take a quick 30, you can kind of punish it with Colossus push, but at the same time, if and I think Spades did just drop a scan down on the double Robo, he's probably going to throw up another starport and kind of hard counter what Axe is doing. So that could be kind of problematic because he's putting all his eggs in the Colossus basket right now. He's got no Templar archives anywhere.
I see. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of Colossi. What do you think the right Colossi count for you know, for that Protoss army?
Oh. Look at the bottom really quickly, though. He's going to spot that drop. That sucks.
The medevac's in 6 o'clock there? Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to have to go home. But to answer your question, I think... I think around like 3 or 4 is going to be good before he transitions to Colossus, but based on like he's got this really strong economy, he might just try to go Robo style and just try to max on Robo and Gateway.
I see.
With a really big timing, since he's got that extra base to really support that double Robo.
Does he? I mean, what does he benefit at all by taking a 4th right now? Because or he can just go on 3 base for a while here.
I mean, it's always good to throw up a 4th, but it'd be hard to defend. And this he might actually lose his 3rd here. We'll see.
Yeah, that's
a. Spade might lose his 3rd as well, so this is kind of
a trade here. Yeah. Well, Terran never really loses their 3rd.
yeah.
But it's not too. Well, actually, he's lost 18, 19 workers now. So Spades did a lot of damage there. Yeah. Still there, actually.
Oh, it looks like Axe is going.
Yeah, this is gonna be a little base trade-ish here.
Yeah, I think Spades needs to pull the workers now.
Yeah, I think iSAxslav's army is very intimidating here.
You're not out of this, Spade. There you go. There's the worker.
There we go. Yeah, he lost a few too many units. He should have pulled it a little earlier.
Yeah. Looks like he'll hold though. That missile turret. That missile turret's very scary for Colossi, believe it or not.
That's funny. That's very true. Missile turret shooting Colossi. We'll never understand that, but
yeah, I know.
There we go.
Okay, well that's...
Cleaned it up, yeah. Those Marauders, man, they are very, very resilient. They don't die easily from even Colossi. Okay, so let's see what happened there. I mean, how we look here? We got 58 probes from iSAxslav and 51 workers. I don't know, it's pretty even. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's pretty even. Yeah. Maybe slight advantage to Spades, but all in all, it was pretty even.
Yeah, I mean, supply-wise, Spades is ahead, but yeah. Looks like Axe is still rallying across the map here. He's going to pressure the 3rd again, it looks like.
Oh, I don't like the option to get like 7 centuries right now. He needs to be thinking about late game tech, Templars, DTs. He needs to get off this kind of mid game mix. It's not going to work anymore now that Spades is kind of privy to it. He's getting those double Viking production, or he has the capability rather. So, but it looks like he might actually.
He's not filling with Colossi though. Oh, here we go. But he kind of has to, I guess, with the heavy bio 2-2 it.
Yeah, because I mean the Colossus is the only
great
thing.
force fields though.
Yeah, he needs to like get out, but that's
kind
the
of
thing.
Doubled up there, but
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna lose all his sentries there. Yeah, I don't think it was worth it, huh?
Oh, he needs to back off.
Oh, he's gonna lose these for free.
Yeah. When you go that double robo style, your gateway units just suck. You need those colossi back there to kind of make the gateway units worthwhile.
Yeah.
So
yeah, the gateway units are pretty much just fodder for the most part. I mean, the zealots can do some damage, but with the metavacs, pretty much just fodder for the colossi, like you said, and Harry Templars if you have them.
take a look at that army count, Chan, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's
good.
Spades macro. It's just kicking in. All those barracks are kicking in now. Yeah, he just jumped probably. I mean, he was already up probably like 20, 25 supply. Now he's up to what is that? 41 supply now. So
Yeah.
just out macroing iSAxslav at this point.
Zealot drop. Oh, interesting. Spades does not have concussive.
Yeah. Didn't have concussive. Nope.
No. A little thing that just makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Sometimes parents forget concussive. Such a good skill.
Exactly. Especially at this point in the game.
Yep.
Oh, looks like it's a good harass there by the Zealots again. Zealots get away. Probably not actually. A little stem's probably gonna kill him, but a concussive, like you said, would have killed all of them.
Oh yeah, he'll have to probably spend another stem or just let him go.
Yeah, and it looks like Spades is gonna return the favor here in the by iSAxslav's third here in a second. Once he gets a few actions here. Oh, actually, I think I've just forgotten about it. He could have done a lot of damage there.
Yeah. Spades likes his macro.
Yeah, but that's why it's really great for iSAxslav to continue harassing with just a few units.
Yeah.
Really distract your opponent and take his mind off what he was probably originally planning to do.
Yeah, I mean, if Axe can delay for another like 5 minutes, his economy will take over, but that's going to be a tall order to ask since Spades is this huge army, and Spades will hit a timing before Max. You don't want to just sit on Max's Terran. You want to keep the Protoss army a little small,
I see.
so they don't just abuse you with warp ends.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So here comes a big engagement. I'm thinking, I think Spades is looking good in this engagement here.
Yeah, and there's a lot of like dead space there. Those chasms where the Vikings can kind of
Exactly.
Looks like Spades just doesn't care. He's just going to go.
Yeah, he's going to go in. I mean, the Stalkers had to attack those Vikings initially, so Bio just going to town, even with the Colossi, Colossi unloading on them. But look at how many Marauders he has there. I mean, it's just pretty sick here. Spades is looking strong, man.
Yeah, PvP's all really
he's lying, man. He's been playing for the last 2 weeks. He's such a liar. Spades building that fourth command center. He's pretty much been sitting on 3 babes here. I mean, so strong.
He's just been like winning like every engagement. Like he had a rocky time at the third when he like went to the natural, but the thing that iSAxslav has been doing, just like he did in game 1, you can't lose your army. You gotta know when to stay and know when to pull out.
Right.
It's just you gotta apply a little damage and then back off, take that advantage. But if you lose your army's Protoss, that's just
Yeah.
that's just really bad.
You just can't rebuild it in time. It's just you just don't have the infrastructure to quickly reinforce, right? So
yeah.
Okay, let's see what iSAxslav's going to pick next. Looks like Spades is up, guys, 2-0 for those of you just joining in. Thanks for coming to watch our show tonight, Pro Corner. And again, for those who don't know, we have iSAxslav and Spades playing a best-of-5 series. We're going to go into Game 3, and I have Future here co-casting with me.
Hello.
Doing a great job. Future streams a lot, right? Why don't you let folks know what where they can find you?
Yeah, I stream on my channel is on Twitch TV. It's a future_SC. It's the same as my Twitter. Actually, after this, you actually interrupted me, which I don't mind doing the show. I enjoy the show, Cham. But I was tweeting to all my I guess my followers, watchers. I was doing a 100-game marathon today, so it's probably good you messaged me because you caught me in the middle, so I get to rest and not die tonight.
Exactly.
But I will be continuing it after the show.
Okay, and guys, you know what we'll do is we'll try to send everybody over to feature stream afterwards, so you know you guys can watch a great Protoss and a great guy doing a 100-game marathon. Is that right, man? That's,
yeah.
Good stuff, dude. Good stuff. All right, see if they're ready here, and let me update the score in just a second.
I'll go ahead and start. I'm going to use the restroom. Be right back.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to start this up. Guys, if you enjoyed what you're seeing, I'd appreciate it if you click the follow button. That's the best way to keep up with all my shows. This show and Climbing the Ladder, and I pretty much don't stream unless I'm doing one of the shows. So if you get the notification or email or whatever it is that my stream's up, then you know one of my shows are going on here. Okay, let me update this scoreboard. Currently we have Spades up 2-0 against iSAxslav. Playing a best of 5 TVP, and in the 12 o'clock position we got playing the blue Terran, we got Western Wolves of Spades. In 6 o'clock playing the red Protoss, we've got Infinity 7's iSAxslav. And so far Spades have been playing a very, very macro-oriented TVP, and it's been getting the best of iSAxslav here. So let's see what iSAxslav's going to do differently here. He chose Metropolis, and you know, obviously he's choosing it for a reason. And let's see. You know, I'm not very familiar with this map in PVT, so kind of excited to see what's going to happen here. See if iSAxslav opts for the Nexus first.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Alright, so it looks like we're playing Metropolis here. And I was just telling viewers, I'm not that familiar with TVP on Metropolis. Uh-oh. Look at that barrack.
Yeah, that's wonder if he's going to send another one. But I don't know, maybe he's going kind of old school.
It's a weird place to put it, I mean.
Yeah, it's kind of going to be... Actually, he might just miss it, because he's not going to cross.
No way, really?
That's pretty sick.
Oh, he does miss it. Oh my gosh.
So, couple options here. He could go for that Reaper, like a really quick Reaper again, or like a like a 1-Rax Marauder push. Probably is going to be the Reaper, but you never know.
Yeah, it's really smart of Spades because, you know, we just talked about Spades loving to do his triple command center, high macro oriented style, and now he's just throwing this in, which is really a big wrench in all that, right?
Oh yeah.
That's why you love these series. That's why series are so different than playing just a single game on ladder, you know, and just, you know, how you, I guess, prepare for you know, best of 1s versus best of 5s. That's so sick that he missed it. Is that the normal pathing? That can't be the normal pathing, right? I mean, Uh-oh. Is that me? Sorry about that.
Yeah. Looks like he is going for that Marauder push.
Okay. So talk to me a little bit about, you know, I guess the differences between like a Marauder push or, again, the Reaper opening.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a little more aggressive. Like Spades might just outright win the game here.
Well, he sees the Marauder now.
Yeah, he does.
Which is huge for iSAxslav.
So what Spades is probably just going to do with this, I mean, this used to be an old school beta build, kind of like a Marauder expand, 1-Rax Marauder expand. You'd pressure, punish the Protoss if he took a really quick, block. Ouch. So this completely shuts down Spades' Marauder push. So he's probably going to have to go back and just expand. But it did delay iSAxslav. He's actually going for 3 gates of forward Nexus, so it's kind of like we reverted to 2010 for a little bit. And very low economy game right now.
You gotta love those old school beta builds, man.
Yep.
What do you think about those tournaments, like the old map tournaments?
I didn't get a chance to look at it, but I'm sure that was fun. I'm
Oh,
sure that
man.
was fun for the players and the viewers.
Exactly.
Just to bring back memories and probably bring back old builds, I assume, too.
Yeah.
I assume a lot of old builds are probably used.
Nothing like seeing Kulas Ravine played again.
Link Stalk is pretty...
Exactly. Pretty unfair on that map.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like iSAxslav's pushing across the map with a few units here. Looks like he's going, looks like he's going a warp gate type of pressure here. Doesn't have a pylon yet, so he's
Bunker.
killing that free tech lab. Why not?
That's good though. That's good though for Spades. He actually will delay.
Yeah, exactly. Those 2 bunkers will definitely stuff this.
Oh, this is so risky. What is he doing? Oh, he's just checking. Okay.
Here, are you talking about Spades?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, if he loses those 2 Marauders, you're right. I think it's over. This is only 2 units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be pretty nasty from Axe. I don't know if he'll be able to do much since the second bunker's up, but...
So if he gets a few, I mean, if he gets, like, let's say he gets 6, 7 workers here, is that enough, or enough damage to warrant this attack, or?
If he does not lose the sentries, yes.
Okay.
He can't lose those sentries, because if you're making sentries, you're not teching.
All right, easy, and that's well said. Let's just see what happens here. The Marines, oh, we can't quite reach them. So close.
Let's see what. Okay, he's getting a robo behind this. iSAxslav does not want to do anything. He just wants to skip the Spades. Make him keep those workers off the line.
Yeah, and this is good. He's making iSAxslav build units here. He's got like how many? He's got he's got about, I don't know. It looks like 8 SAVs just sitting there and doing nothing. So just that kind of damage, that kind of thing, even causing that kind of reaction is actually damage, right? From
oh yeah,
from iSAxslav.
See, Spades is a little worried because you got to think of the psychology too. He might be thinking iSAxslav is extremely frustrated right now and might just go for an all-in. So he's kind of keeping those SPs there because he's not really sure what Axe is doing yet.
Great fake by iSAxslav there. So he's getting his robotics bay again. He obviously likes to open robotic. I mean, just open colossi. Seems like he prefers that in general. So.
This is more a little standard, a little bit safer from Axe. Getting 3 gates in the Robo Bay off 2 base.
I love how he's roaming the map. I think a lot of lower level players would probably just sit at their base right now. So it's kind of cool that he's really getting map control, making sure that Spades really has no vision of the middle of the map. Without actually, he could always use scans and that kind of thing, but. No free vision, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, and Protoss should always have map control at this point. So
do you like building pylons just everywhere on the map?
Yeah, like once I get to like 3 base, I'll start putting them everywhere. If I'm on 2 base, I'll put maybe 1 or 2 here and there. But yeah, it's just really good just to have nice warp-in points, and also scouting drops. Like having a drop on a pylon is good news for me because that means that's not going to be dropped on my Protoss.
Very true.
And that's the resource that they can't get back, which is time. So them wasting time killing a pylon rather than my probe line, yeah, I'll take that any day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I think not enough Protoss should use these pylons like, kind of like Zergs use Overlords, right?
Yeah.
But they're even more tempting to kill, I have to say. Because they don't want these warp-ins like on the other side of the map all of a sudden when they get.
Oh yeah, the Cloud Kingdom games.
Yeah,
exactly. Spades was annoyed and he had to keep going back to his base and he was looking for those pylons.
Exactly.
But he couldn't.
All right, iSAxslav again pushing across mid, and we will see if this is actually going to be a real attack here. I think it will be.
It's like looks like kind of a semi all in here. He's thrown down 3 gateways behind this, not taking a 3rd.
But you know what? Spades didn't take that 3rd very early this time, so.
Sick read.
Yeah.
Or luck, either way.
It's metagame at its best right there, man. Alright, let's see what happens here. It's going to be really important how this engagement goes. I think, iSAxslav still has a really great chance here. I mean, force shield the back, keep those bunkers just, isolated there, and, yep, here we go. Let's see what it's... Let's see it!
Where are those SCVs?
Oh, SCVs can't get there now. Now with this force field. Those are great force fields right there.
Spades biding his time.
Yeah, those bunkers actually lasted a lot longer than I expected them to.
Yeah.
No zealots here. He's gonna have to wait for a zealot warp in here, I feel like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, stock. Doesn't want the stalker.
Oh, he warped in sentries though. Really?
Nah, I'm not. I don't like that move. I don't like that. Just because they're just very bad with the energy.
Like the stocks are a little too forward there, but he's doing well though. Oh no, he's gonna lose his colossi here. Oh, this warpin's actually acted like a force field there.
That's a nice warpin.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Okay,
again,
so let's.
You lose the colossi though when you go in Robo style. It gets kind of scary. He's got one more left, so we might see maybe one final surge from iSAxslav here.
Gosh, I feel like he just doesn't have enough units though. Yeah, because like you said, when you pull the SCVs, it makes those. Well, I guess it doesn't help when they're in front though. When the Marauders are in front here. He doesn't have charge yet either, so those Marauders with concussive are going to be really effective here.
Very, very good army control.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Really good battle here. Just a small unit. Definitely small army sizes. Kind of. That's where micro, obviously plays a huge role. Huge part whenever you're talking about a very limited number of units. And then the second Colossi comes into the mix here.
Yeah. Looks like Axe wants to back off after this, so he's throwing down that Expo, he's throwing down the double forge. Just wants to apply maybe just a little more pressure before he backs off. Yeah. And I can't great control with the Stalkers. That is really hard to do when you got Vikings shooting at you and Marauders.
Very true.
Pulling those Colossi back and putting the Stalkers up at the right time.
Well, I think if you're right about him, wanting to back off and fall back to a third, and I feel like he should be going home right now.
Yeah. But at the same time, he's killed some Vikings, so he can kind of stick around a little bit longer.
Okay.
And he's building those force fields up now, so he's got a good amount of force fields. No warp-in force fields anymore. He's got a couple on those sentries now.
All right, looks like he's still harassing, still taking a few kills here and there. I mean, he's got shields, right? So he can take a few shots from the Marauders, and now it looks like he's
almost.
Oh no, he's gonna lose one.
No, he's walking.
Oh no, that was not good. Good control there.
Go home, iSAxslav. Go home.
Yeah, you can sacrifice those stalkers. Those stalkers would be better in the back there, but they're too fast. Those blasted stalkers. Actually works against you for once.
Yep.
Okay, so it looks like iSAxslav's heading back, and so what's up with the Spades just scouting the 5th, I guess, with his factory? He kind of did that last game too, and I thought that was a little strange.
It's I mean, most Terrans will use this when they do their 2 medevac timing, just to be an added distraction and spotter. But Spades doesn't like dropping, so it's kind of just sits somewhere. It's not really a big deal. It's quite annoying when that medevac timing's coming because you got to allocate a couple stalkers to the factory, and then they can use that factory against you too. So, but yeah, it doesn't really do much if you're just playing macro style. But he's not using it, so he's like, well, I'll just put it somewhere. Right. So it's at least a little bit of benefit to me.
Yeah, I feel like Spades' 3rd command center was, even given that he wasn't going that early command center, it seems really late.
Yeah.
So,
the Colossus pressure was just really good by Axe, and it kind of threw Spades off a little bit.
All right, but it's funny about this match is because a lot of times when exchanges like that happen, and one person we probably think got the better end of it. I mean, it seems like it ends up being that giant battle, that giant 200 battle, regardless of who's ahead at like a few minutes before that. So it looks like iSAxslav's before. He's going to make me eat my words. He's actually going to push before the 200 here.
Yeah, he is. He's doing anything off any kind of timing.
Gosh, no? What do you think about all these stalkers?
It's not bad if you can keep your Colossi alive.
Okay.
This is kind of the style, I think, what's his name? Was it GSL? Who lost? Who's the Protoss that lost? Squirtle?
Squirtle, yeah.
Yeah, he likes this mass stalker Colossus stuff. So this is kind of a mix though. He's got some zealots in there, kind of take some bullets for the team.
Yeah.
But a lot of stalkers in there, so Vikings.
Back off the stalkers. There you go. Oh wow, he's gonna pick up a few Vikings here and a few Vikings there, and then...
Spades.
Oh, another one.
Got him trapped though. But
he does, but I think
can't really.
Yeah, those force fields are great. He's not really getting that flank, I think, that he's hoping for.
But he's doing it.
He's killing all the Vikings though. He's really doing great.
Yeah. Staggering bio, it's good, but I think
all the force. He's still got a few force fields. Oh, didn't need him though. Nice.
Oh, it was really good.
GG
Really
by
nice
iSAxslav. Great job there. Exactly. You know what you were saying with those stalkers just tore through the Vikings so that the Colossi could just sustain, and crazy how much damage those things do.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was good.
Okay, let's see what Spades is going to choose here, and we'll switch up the score. Guys, just tuning in, we're currently playing a best of 5 series with Spades, Western Wolves of Spades, and Infinity 7's iSAxslav. It's currently 2-1 in favor of Spades. We're going into game 4. Let's see what map he's going to choose. Which map, Spades? What'd you think of that game?
Yeah, it was really nice control by Axe. Spades kind of like messed up at the beginning, but I think it kind of normalized in the middle. I think initially Spades did a good job holding off the Colossus push, but you know, iSAxslav just kept poking at him, kept forcing movements from Spades, and kept getting the better of it. Kept sniping a Viking here and there, getting a couple good force fields here and there, and just kind of made that fight his after the initial engagement kind of went to Spades, I feel.
Yeah, he just made sure he was just in his face, you know, and making him, yeah, exactly like you said, making him make units when he didn't have to, making him forget about his third. I feel like he just forgot about, like, the timing on the third, too.
He just wanted to live.
Exactly.
He wasn't thinking about the future.
He's like, iSAxslav's, man, he's definitely tilting, man. He's definitely going to go all in here, so I better be ready. Which he was for the first round.
It was like an all in, but then he felt. I think he felt he did enough damage that he could take a third off of it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right. It's kind of weird seeing those guys and not be able to hear them. I'm like sitting there. I can see iSAxslav on the actual stream overlay here.
Oh,
it's funny. Okay. All right, guys. We're on Shakur's Plateau, top left-hand corner. We got playing the blue Terran, Western Wolves of Spades. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have playing the red Protoss, Infinity 7's iSAxslav. And Shakur's. All right, we're going... Shakur's feels like old school now. I don't know why.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Oh, it is.
It's actually one of the older... Is it the oldest map now?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it might be the oldest. That's so crazy. I remember when Shakur's was...
in this one.
Yeah, it's oh, yeah, I guess Metalopolis is still
yeah, they were
in the
both
mix.
around the same time.
Yeah, they're still in the mix, right?
No.
Actually, Metal's older, but...
Yeah, Metal's older.
Yeah.
But I guess technically Shakur's has been around because it was a 2v2 map to begin with.
Oh, was it? I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was.
Huh.
That's why I got a lot of flack, but it's like, it's not a bad map. Because it's a 2v2 map doesn't mean it's a bad map.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
So
right.
I'm going to make a prediction here.
Okay.
I think Spades chose this map to do a 1-1-1.
Really? Okay.
Completely wrong, but I think he wants to do either some type of 1-1-1.
There's so many different 1-1-1s too, right?
Yeah. I think the one we'll probably see from him if he chooses to go that style will be kind of like a Hellion drop into it. I think the Hellion drop's the best, especially now.
So for viewers that don't know what a 1-1-1 is, why don't you explain to them what that is?
Yeah, sure. It's when the Terran player makes one barracks, one factory, and one starport, and they just produce solely off all those. So you get a nice smattering of units, and you're able to kind of apply pressure the whole time, and then after you apply initial pressure, you're just able to just have this huge surge in the next 2 or 3 minutes, just go for the killing blow. And usually you pull workers with it, and it's such a good push because you got everything you need with the units, and Protoss don't have time to get anything else, so they gotta just rely on their really bad units. I mean, really, I guess I shouldn't say bad units, but units without like upgrades like charge and colossi, they gotta just rely on force fields and trying to delay the Terran from the inevitable. So,
Right.
but it's a very potent push. It's kind of figured out at this point, but it's still, you still gotta respect it.
Yeah, you can still be surprised by it, even if it's figured out. If you're not looking to defend against it, and you're not efficiently countering it, it can still do quite a bit of damage. And
nope, looks like he's just gonna go standard.
Yeah.
No one will win this game.
Nope. Building the early 2 racks too. I wonder if I'm wondering if that 3rd command center is coming up soon here. We'll see. We'll see in the next minute or two. iSAxslav's got his Nexus up. Spades scouting that 3rd. I guess he's trying to look for that 5-minute Nexus again.
Yeah.
Alright, looks pretty standard from both of them here. Axe going with that Forge Gateway first, and there's that 3rd command center. Is he going to take that 12 o'clock one?
Yeah, it looks like.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, it's smart.
It is. Not a lot of people are going to scout there.
Yeah. Huh, I don't remember seeing that many turns do that. It's been a while watching 6 quarters here. Alright, building that bunker just in case there is some kind of gateway timing. iSAxslav's definitely been threatening that gateway timing. I think maybe 2 out of the 3 games, so probably precautionary for Spades there. You can always just tear it down and get a refund for it anyways.
Yeah.
Salvage it.
Gotta love that.
Yeah.
Be nice. I wish I could do that with my cannons.
I'd love to hear the actual logic behind that, but with the game designers.
I understand the mule, but I don't understand.
Yeah, exactly. The mule I get,
Yeah.
But getting a refund on, at least any kind of refund on the bunker is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So how many workers are we looking at? 41. Wow, 41 to 30.
Yeah.
Got that stock.
Actually, really greedy here. 1 robo, 1 gateway. But really efficient too. So he knows that attack's not coming for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And, he knows probably by now Spades is kind of a passive player, so he can get away with this. With 1 sentry at the door.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so Spade's going to start the 1-1 really soon here. And, in this matchup, does... I know in TVZ that when the Terran gets 2-2, it's like a huge kind of tipping point for them. Like the effectiveness of the bio. Is that kind of a similar case here, or is it less of a case since the Protoss is generally scaling with them when it comes to upgrades?
I mean, it really depends. It can be really scary for Protoss, just because sometimes Protoss will kind of just want to get a bunch of gateway units out. They don't want to go for their upgrades yet. They want to get those Colossi. They want to have those gas for those sentries. So you might see Protoss is falling behind in the upgrades, and if Protoss isn't kind of keeping track with Terran upgrades, you might have a situation where I think it was in Game 2 where iSAxslav was like 0-1 while Spades was 2-2. And that's very scary for Protoss. You really need Storm at that point to live.
Look at the timing on that supply depot there.
Oh yeah, that's a sick spot. That's a sick spot right there.
Oh man, that's just so unlucky.
Yeah.
As the observer's coming across the map too. Oh man.
Now I think we're going to see that tank utilized. If it's going to really shut down this pressure. It'd be kind of cute if he had a Warp Prism for the Immortals, kind of old school Brood War Bulldog style, but the tank's going to be, provide pretty good coverage, and it's going to stop this Immortal pressure.
Yeah, the splash damage, it's definitely going to do some damage. Maybe catch some of the sentries too, if he's lucky. And the tanks are primarily used for anti-gateway pushes, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Generally speaking, the Terrans usually end up with bios, so
yeah. Spades just uses. He usually gets 3 tanks, and he just uses it for base defense. Because
Right.
if you mass tanks in this matchup, it almost turns into a double-edged sword. Because then you have the charge lots.
Right.
You're slashing your own bio. So, but if they're primarily used for base defense, then it's the perfect use for Terran tank.
Right. Yeah, he's still building it. It's got 3. I think he's gonna stop at 3 though. I don't see him doing too much more than that.
3 is gonna be good. Just gonna stop. Be pretty much overkill if he got any more tanks.
Yeah.
It's gonna stop any kind of pressure.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah. Well, he is gonna go for that. Maybe just some immortal harass on the depots.
Well, he still doesn't know about the 12 o'clock base. I don't believe.
I
Yeah.
think he's just gonna luck into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hello.
Oh wow! Free,
This is a good
free
idea.
base. All right. 3 workers killed. Oh, where's the drop? Waiting for the drop. There it is. I love the sound that immortals make when they fire. That laser sound.
Yeah.
Okay, so killed all the mules. How many workers he killed there? Looks like he killed. Looks like he killed 7. Nice.
And forces the pull too.
Yeah, versus the pool. It's gonna bring Spades back to 2 base economy here, and right as iSAxslav is about finishing up his 3rd, so gonna be kind of a reversal in the income there. Marine's just going to town on the immortals though, so he's gonna have to get out of there.
Kind of it's cute, but I think at this stage of the game, you gotta focus on more important things than trying to kill 2 or 3 Marines with the mortal micro. So
Yeah.
he's backing off.
That kind of brings up something. I mean, how, when is it worth it, or like in your mind from a value standpoint? I mean, what do you have to get out of harassing? Because you're obviously giving up units too. When you're harassing,
Yeah.
and a lot of times, like I know what's prominent in either side of this matchups. The player's mind is getting to that giant ball. So, I feel like when either of them are harassing, I sometimes I have a hard time figuring out like what they need to accomplish with that harass. Do you actually have to take economic damage? Do you have to finish off bases? Finish off like command centers and that kind of thing, or as long as you get as much mineral damage as the zealots you warp in. It's like that first game with iSAxslav, right? When he was just constantly harassing.
Oh yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to tell exactly how much damage he had to do with each, right, to really pay for itself.
Yeah. It's it's good if you can get those kills off of, but also just to throw your opponent off too, because then you're giving them something else to do, and it's making them uncomfortable. So even if you're not killing anything, you're making like he was kind of pulling Spades all across the map in that Cloud Kingdom game, with the drops and such. Oh
Yeah.
wow, taking out the Ghost Academy right before a Mobius reactor research is.
Finished right before. Oh, that would have been huge.
Yeah, that would have been really nice.
Yeah. But still, good damage. Killed the supply depot and the Ghost Academy. Gonna get some damage here on some. Gonna kill maybe about 5 or 6 workers here. Maybe more actually. Wow. Good stuff. And again, he's still building up that. See, that's the thing. Like when he's doing all this, I feel like I'm not sure he's actually building up that
Look at
ball at the same time.
that 4th base by iSAxslav. That's interesting.
Yeah, on his side of the map. He's not gonna look there.
I don't know about that one.
That's pretty funny. But with that said, iSAxslav is about 30 supply ahead. Looks like Spades is actually supply blocked here. He's just going for it, man.
I'm scared for iSAxslav.
Yeah, he
doesn't have any AoE.
Yeah, he has none of that those power units that you were referring to before, and he shouldn't be able to survive this if he just. Well, looks like Spades is just.
Well, see, there's a 30 supply difference, but look at the work count, so it's actually equal army value. It might look little kind of.
Very true. Yeah.
But armies are the same.
Well, the Archons are going to help out. Archons do have some splash, right? But it's not enough to take down Bio with about 4 full medevac energy.
Oh, those immortals again. Jesus, that is annoying.
They take out workers pretty fast, Oh, actually, he had him. Well, finally taking them out, so he doesn't have to worry about them now. Got those Vikings out, too.
Oh.
Oh, okay, that's not good.
Something, or maybe he just wanted to snipe a tank for an immortal.
Alright, looks like they're even in supply count, and like you said, that just means Spades has more army.
Yeah, it's like killing the workers is kind of helping Spades at this point,
Yeah.
because now his army's just getting bigger and bigger.
Gosh, it looks like there's like little red dots all over the place on the map. It's kinda,
Oh yeah, I know. He's got
kind of crazy.
extremely good map awareness.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty much can see like almost the entire bottom half of the map, as well as his side. So, okay, here comes Spades coming in with this bio, with all his medevacs and Marauders, MMM. He's got a few ghosts mixed in there, so...
Got 2 Colossi coming out, but it's going to be a long time before they come out.
He might, but, you know, Spades is taking his sweet time, I have to say. He's just, like, methodically just kind of going up and down, kind of painting the map. Making sure he catches everything.
Yep. It's good. Smart. Uh-oh. He's going to kind of...
Oh, he kind of trapped himself here. I feel like iSAxslav's kind of separated himself from his Colossi.
This is really bad for Axe. He needs to... I don't know what he can do at this point.
Is he base trading? I don't get this at all.
Oh, look at that Stalker. There's another harassment over at the Natural.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Oh, good force fields, but...
But even if Spades is all in at this point, I mean, it's a formidable army.
So those poor zealots.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're just like, oh, we gotta find a place to hide.
I know.
Oh, there he goes.
Force field the ramp.
Yeah, actually, there we go. You know, at least kill a few units.
Yeah.
Few units.
That army has no answer for it. Oh, we got drop going on in the main now too.
You know, and this is exactly what I was talking about. You know, like Spades has that giant ball, and you know, Axe is doing all this harass damage.
Yeah.
And at some point, he's gonna have to deal with that big Terran ball, right?
It's the music, but we have 3 Colossi that look like they're kind of stuck actually.
Yeah.
The main base. They look like they're trying to move.
Are they stuck? No. No, they're not.
Might be, or maybe
they can't be stuck.
Trying to move. Let's see if they're in the control group. I want to see if they're in that control group.
Yeah, they're definitely. There's 4 of them sitting there. So.
See, look, he's trying to move them out.
There they are.
Oh, there they go.
Yeah. So I guess, you know, as long as he fills, if he can fill in time before this army gets there, then...
Yeah. This'll be good. This'll be good. No,
You can use probes here, too.
Yeah, it's good.
Slow it down just a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
I mean,
here it comes.
He's good with probes, but...
Oh, well, Mara's going to take out this Nexus, and it's actually okay for this is pretty much all in, I feel like, for Spades here. Oh, actually, he has the 3rd now, outside of his base, so...
This is good, though, that Axe is losing probes now. He's going to get bigger army value now. This'll be good.
Axe building another 3 more. Wow, he's got 3 robots building another, 3 more Colossi.
It's actually pretty nasty.
Really
I think Spades is finally figuring out the huge Colossus switch. So, if Axe can hit before he gets his Viking count up, it's going to be good. And Spades sacking these units on purpose. He wants to get more Vikings.
It's like a role reversal right here.
Yeah.
But Axe still needs to fill in some. I feel like he needs some more Archons, or needs something to tank a little bit. I feel like those Stalkers are going to get torn to pieces.
9 Colossi is kind of...
It is sick.
4 you can run up on, but 9, I mean...
This is it, man. This is going to be it. He could bring all his probes here. This is going to be it.
Good. Be
honestly. Alright, he's just kind of staking out what's going on. Oh, there he goes, some probes. He can build a few more units here if he wants.
Spade's got a beautiful concave, but will it be enough?
Oh, those zealots are just going to their death here, and here we go.
What a
what a great concave. This is a Stefano-like concave right there.
Yeah. That is not the engagement you want. But
that's as good as you get from the Terran standpoint.
That was really good.
But he still might lose here. At least lose the bio, but you know what? Losing all these Colossi is...
Bang.
Yeah. Losing all that Colossi. Oh, he's going to get a few Stalkers in here. Oh, that's nice. Nice save by the Stalkers. Alright, I think Axe ended up better there.
Yeah, it could have been so much better. I mean, when the Terrans got a concave like that,
God, that was sick,
force them to attack and then pull back, and then all their units bunch again. Concave dead.
Exactly.
Stuff like that. But yeah, that was like
How about these games, man?
The trap. That's basically what that was, and he went into the I've never seen a concave like that in a
That
PvP.
was sick. That was at least half circle concave there around him. That was awesome.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't the normal arc. That was an actual half circle there. This is a great game, man. This is going to be, I think, one that we should probably look over.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So Axe still has five Colossi. He's definitely lacking in, meat shield units here. He's kind of building a bunch of Templars here. I think he's going to probably convert some of those Archons, I think, or no, he's just going to wait to storm first.
It depends. Like, I think he wants to recycle them. I don't think he wants to make them just Archons.
Yeah.
I think he wants to make them, Archons once they've stormed.
Well, it looks like, Spades did reload pretty quickly here. He's at 174, so I don't know, iSAxslav seemed to really hit he's pretty broke, actually.
Yeah, he kept losing bases during all that. So he was doing good harass, but Spades was knocking out the important things like bases. So
yeah, very, very true. Well, Spades is looking good. He's building another command center here. He's probably going to take another base at some point here. Still got quite a bit of money in the bank too, and it's actually not bad macro, guys. That just means he's just been higher, on a pretty high econ this whole time.
He should just send the Vikings in here.
Seriously, there's seriously nothing to defend. He could just, I feel like he could almost aim move this.
Yeah, he could. I mean, he doesn't really need a micro here. It's just too much stuff.
Here we go. There's it. This should be it. Colossi in the front too. This is just really, really not good for iSAxslav here. That should be GG. All right. Great series by Spades. Spades wins the series 3-1. Some good games, huh?
Yeah, really good. Really good play by both.
Alright, let's get these guys back on Skype. Maybe we can talk about that last game really quickly.
Yeah.
I think that was the best game to go over.
Yeah.
Hey, bud. Congrats, man. Good series.
Thank you. Yeah, it was good.
Good stuff. Let's see if get Nick back on here. Nick, you back? Skype. Let's see if we can get him on here, and then we can go over one of the replays really quickly. Dude, you've been lying, dude. I think you've been playing like the last 2 weeks.
I have not.
Yeah, Nick, you there?
Hey, Nick.
You there? Hello?
Audios.
No.
Nick, hello?
Hey, yeah, sorry.
Alright, no problem. Good game, guys. Congrats to Spades on winning the series 3-1.
Yeah, it was tough.
I felt like the last game, we can only have time to go over one. So why don't we go over the last game? Does that sound like a good one? Or you guys think there's another game that's probably better from an educational standpoint?
I don't know. I think the last game, we both played really sloppy.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the first game...
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, none of them were really great. The first game might have been the closest to a normal game.
Alright, why don't we go over the first game then? That's the one on Cloud Kingdom, right?
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of harassing and... I think you took the early 3cc there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So why don't we load it up? Why don't we go to 2 minutes here?
All right.
And we'll go 2x once we start. And let me know when all you guys are at 2 minutes. And folks just tuning in, what we're doing now is we just finished the best of 5 between Spades and iSAxslav with Future helping me co-cast. Spades won the series 3-1, and now what we're going to do is have both of them kind of walk us through game 1 in the series, and try to get this is kind of educational part of the show, and have them kind of walk through their strategies and maybe what they were was going through their heads during the game. Okay, I'm ready whenever you guys are.
I'm ready.
2-1 should be good enough, right?
Yep.
I'm at 2-2.
I think that'll be okay, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
This is Faster X2, right?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
Oh no, 2x. 2x. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rich, you can jump in anytime either. Well, yeah. So talk to us. Why don't you start off, Spades, by talking to us what your strategy was, and then we'll go to you, iSAxslav here.
Well, generally I do some kind of 3cc build on this map. It's really easy to defend with tanks with the high ground. I've heard that iSAxslav was doing the Forge expands, so I decided to gamble and go with that early Reaper, and it paid off in a big way.
Yeah.
It's really tough, like, for him to be in that situation early, and I just kind of held on my lead throughout the game. So
that's a total coin flip thing. I mean, move there, is that right?
Not necessarily. I mean, the Reaper, I mean, I can scout. There's no real danger to opening a Reaper. I mean, it does counter like all kinds of little like quick rushes and stuff like that. But I don't know. It was a gamble in the fact that like generally I play kind of like a not scouting much kind of style, like UNAS Rich. Like I generally 3cc without even sending a CV scout.
Right.
I just don't think like Protoss can punish it if you do it properly. So I decided to take a little risk and go with the Reaper this game.
Yeah. Okay. And I, iSAxslav, I think it's kind of, it's kind of like what Spades was saying, right? You opened up with the Forge Forge Gateway kind of opening, right?
Yeah.
Which is the delayed Stalker.
Oh yeah, well it's not too delayed. I mean, it's I could have migrated to probes a lot better. I think I lost 4 to the Reaper, which I think ordinarily if you micro well, you're gonna lose like 2.
Okay.
So it was a little bit of missed micro there, but it wasn't. It wasn't like game determining. Like I guess right now I'm up by about 3 workers, which is pretty standard. That's about the Chrono Boost difference.
Right. I remember mentioning that to Rich.
That's 6 Chrono Boost is 3 workers. Actually 7 is 3 workers. So it's.
Oh, okay.
It's about on par.
On this map in particular, I know eventually, down the, later on in the game, you end up kind of going 2-prong harass or just lots of harassing with zealots. Is that something you like to do on this map?
Yeah, well, I mean, you generally never want to let a Terran max out in PvT.
Okay.
Because their army is so cost efficient. And so, like, I was getting kind of desperate and trying to find ways to get him to split up the army into a part I could beat because I just was too weak to fight him straight up.
Oh, I see.
So it was more of like a reactionary thing to being behind.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I also cut some probes to try to put on some pressure, but he had these 3 bunkers set up with the tank on the high ground, so I couldn't do anything with that. That kind of hurt me a bit, especially because he went really fast upgrades with that 3cc. So.
Right. Is this?
And you use the tanks to make it safe, so that's a smart move.
Right. I mean, are the tanks? I mean, was that? Do you just generally go to tanks, Brian, whenever you're going? I mean, Spades, whenever you're going 3cc, or was that in reaction to something?
I'd say probably 75% of the time I'll go tanks, and I'll only make 3. It stops pretty much all ends, and it lets me like safely take my 3rd. The tanks are actually also pretty good in the mid game. If he does do some kind of push, I can just target down sentries and stuff like that.
I see. Yeah.
But I definitely don't overcommit with my tanks and do kind of push or anything like that. Just 3 that usually can suffice.
I think if he's doing the fast upgrades with the 3cc, you kind of have to, or else because your medevacs are laid into that Colossi and would kill you if you didn't get the tanks.
Right.
So or like a 2 units, yeah. But with those tanks, yeah, it just makes it so much safer.
All right, so now you're taking the 3rd, and well, 3rds are pretty close, but obviously Spades yours is established earlier here. And actually, if you're rolling, you're kind of pushing out here.
Yeah, I was trying to distract him, get some guys in a natural, but he was over that, so just lost like 3 units there. Well, I guess they killed 3 of his units earlier.
Right. Yeah, you killed some guys at the tower there.
I was trying to get some storms in there, and just cut off some of his guys and kill them. I think this exchange is not in my favor, but
yeah, I think so. I kind of remember you killing that entire mineral line, and let's see.
I don't think that could have.
If you look at units lost, a bit more.
There you go.
That
yeah.
Really bad for you, but then the way you just microed it was magnificent.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that's the best you could have done there.
Yeah, those forces were clutch. You pretty much halved his army like twice. There you go.
Yeah, he also killed almost like 20 SCVs.
Yeah, the storms
basically
killed it all.
Equalized the game again, I think. Because like I was able to keep pretty close SCV count with him because I did kill a few and delayed him a little bit, and I had my really fast 3rd CC. So like it was smart of him to do some kind of pressure on my 3rd to kind of equalize the game there. If he sat back, then I would have just kind of held on to my lead a little bit longer. But I thought that was really good, and he microed it really well.
All right. So at this point, you're making your way to Colossi, right, iSAxslav?
Yeah.
And
so a little bit later than ideally. Normally like 15 minutes when I started transition. I started like more like 16 minutes.
Right. And Spades, you already kind of have that. You're just finishing off your medevac count here, so.
Yeah, I actually overcommitted to medevacs in this game. I think at one point I had like 14 or something like that.
Holy smokes, really?
That's when I decided to just do drops to get rid of them.
Yeah, I remember Future saying, "Wow, Ryan's actually doing drops. That's a pretty rare thing."
Yeah. I didn't want to just like fly my medevacs to die.
I don't think drops are actually really any good PvP in general.
Yeah.
So I think it made it so much stronger that he didn't. You see so many Terrans lose so many games because they throw like 30 food and drops that kill like 3 zealots or something. I mean, they might kill something, but they almost never trade efficiently.
Right.
Yeah. That's always
Fury
been
just
my
had a really good position on me right there with that nice flank.
Yeah.
I really had no business being up there.
Where are you guys? What minute are you guys at?
2010.
20 minutes? I'm like at 18.
And you're slow.
We're at faster 2x?
Yeah, faster 2x.
God, man. What's going on, man?
Let's be pause and then you catch up to us.
Yeah, why don't you pause here?
Alright, well,
Okay,
pause it
I see you guys.
2014.
I see you coming up to the top here. I think that's what you were talking about a second ago.
Yeah, I really shouldn't have been up there. I did have a pylon, so it makes it. You always want to have a pylon when you use Protoss, but I still didn't. I should have made sure. I should have stayed on top of his fat ramp by the 4th, not that way, instead of trying to move from behind. Because then it would have been much harder for him to set up a flank on me, especially me having a watchtower. Then I'd stand like on top of that ramp by his 4th.
Yeah, I see.
And then as long as I killed before it gets to a planetary, I would have had a better angle. Because that whole goal of that move was not at 4th, but
right.
I just walked way too far up there and it caught me really out of position.
Yeah, I think that's like the one thing that, I mean, I don't want to lecture you or anything, but the one thing that I think you're doing everything right. Like, I think it's really good how you harass at all angles and you keep attacking. Like, no one does that. It's so good. But like, the one issue I see like with your play is that you like overcommit sometimes, and you get in places where you shouldn't be. Kind of like on Metropolis. Like, even though you won that fight, like in my 3rd, like that probably wasn't like the greatest place for you to be because like I could have possibly won that fight. And then also on like the Daybreak map, like when we kind of like traded 3rds, like I didn't think like you should have attacked my natural. I think you should have maybe backed off because it was kind of equal at that time. But since I did wipe your army, I was able to come back a little bit. So I think like if you don't overcommit like that, you probably would have like won maybe this game and and that other one.
Yeah, I thought Daybreak you just had nothing, so I thought I could walk over you, and then all my stuff died there. So it was I should just stay back and just. If I kept my army alive, you would never be able to retake your 3rd properly. So.
Yeah, because you had like 5 Colossus or something. So.
Yeah.
All right, I'm at 22:30 right now.
Why are you going so far? I'm at 20 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay, let me go back. Let me go back, man. All right. You guys are talking.
Which we all meet at 21 or?
Yeah. Why don't I go to 21 here?
All right, we'll meet up at 21. I'll be there in a second.
Chairman, put yours on ×4 so you don't fall behind.
Alright. I wish there was a ×3, man. My machine must be like slow, dude. Okay, here we go. ×4.
I'm all at 20. I'm past 21.
Okay. Well, I'll get a little head start here. Yes, guys, follow the channel, guys, if you like what you're seeing on the stream. Thank you, Tech.
And I will say for how iSAxslav was overcommitting, I will say for you Protoss players out there, when you see your force fields getting low, start that's when you want to start to pull out. Unless you know you have more than he has, but when you throw like 30 SCVs in there, it gets all jumbled and you can't defend the Colossi anymore if you don't have force fields. But
yeah.
All right, ready to go?
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, actually, guys, viewers watching, we're gonna do Q&A right after this. So start adding me on Skype. The Skype ID is ChanmanV, and then I will call you, and then you can ask these guys any of your own questions about TVP or any of the matchups. Okay.
Yeah, one thing I found annoying though, since iSAxslav is doing all these little attacks with 5 zealots here, like you'll see that I have just random units in different places. Like my army isn't what it should be because I keep forgetting.
4 ghosts are missing from your army, which
yeah, it's a pretty big deal.
It's good to stop the run bys, but the ghosts shouldn't really be there.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, when someone's really harassing you all over, it kind of just
you've got that the hit squad in the natural area
I
there.
know. The drop like would not die.
Yeah, I
kept
really
looking back and
kept
it's still there.
too many guys to warp in. And then the cost even died too, so that was really good for me.
Yeah, that was an extremely cost-efficient drop.
Cost efficient at the 20 mark.
Exactly.
Don't see that much.
Just weaving through those cannons and.
Yeah, cannons are good.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives me like here, like I would have attacked his third if there was no cannons, but like for some reason those cannons make my ghost not want to go up and storm things. So I don't know, just little things like that help out.
Right. That's true. Cannons do a lot of damage, man.
I love cannons. I think it's the best thing Protoss has.
Oh my god. Really?
I mean, I'm a little this, but yeah, they're really good static defense.
Also, what iSAxslav does really well is when I clear out his pylons and then I leave, he goes and builds them again.
Yeah,
so
that's so smart,
they
man.
keep coming.
He'll never guess that I'm putting it back where he just killed it.
I've never played a Protoss that played that annoying. It's really good.
Yeah, lots of harassing and
I just can't get any income going here, so it's
yeah, it's
as soon as he shut down my third the first time, and then he won that battle when I tried to save the fourth. That was pretty much it.
yeah, I mean, Protoss just can't reload as fast, right? Generally
Protoss
speaking.
can reload faster than Terran.
Really?
Oh yeah,
problem
that's a
with
Protoss
Protoss
advantage.
Is that like the Terran, like I can build my army like pretty easily and I can remax, but I'm using tier 1 units where like a Protoss, like their army not that good, just massing zealots. Like they have
that's what I mean.
Units that take time and gas. And
Hard
usually
to
that's
robo.
hard to come by this late at the game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this game I never had a lack of tech units. Right, every battle I had like 8 Templar and
Wow, let's go.
Yeah.
So it's just really the I couldn't. Basically, as soon as I was doing good until like when my third, fourth, and fifth were shut down, I was on the 1 base econ basically, and that's not enough. Even if we're both on 1 base, he's really on like still 2 bases because he's got four orbitals or 3 orbitals. With it, I think it's 5. So 5 orbitals on 1 base is actually like 2.5 base, right?
Right. No, that's true.
So if Reach having a hard time getting to 5th up, that's where the Protoss dies. Protoss needs to be at least a base or 2 ahead in the late game against Terran.
I see.
Just because your base is mine out, and then their base is mine out, but they still have those mules from the earlier bases. So
Right.
and when I lost that corner base, that, and then he denied the mine under the 4th. It was just it. I just couldn't. It's not that I didn't have the ability to reload. It's just I didn't have the money to reload.
I see. Okay, so I had a question for you that I was asking Future earlier, and when you're in that kind of harassing mode, like we were doing kind of mid game there.
Yeah.
I know at least in different type of matchups and whatnot, when you're doing kind of that multi-prong attack, you're still slowly building up your main army, right, during that. So you're trying to be really cost efficient, obviously, with each of those, those zealot harass.
Yeah, basically you're trying to lose. You're trying to like the ideal max army doesn't have many zealots in it. Because if you get enough colossi and you find good positions, you don't really need zealots. What you need is a lot of things you do with Vikings and Ghosts. So almost the ideal max army only has a few zealots, a lot of colossi, a lot of Templar, and then a handful of stalkers. And then you just keep warping in zealots during the battle to keep your max going.
Oh, I see. So when you're doing that, all you're doing is building from your robo for the most part. Because I guess my question was every time.
And I'm warping in Templar. I'm adding to my Templar.
Okay,
now.
so you're not using all of your warp-ins every time you do that. Okay,
that's
kind of question, really. Okay.
I haven't figured out the right amount. Sometimes I send like 5 zealots, which I think was too many. I think that's where I went wrong a lot. That game is. I think you almost best off seeing like 2 or 3 zealots. Like 1 will just walk into like 2 Marines walking down the ramp or something and die. Or, but like 3 is enough that like a couple random bio rally units probably can't deal with 3 so easily, or at least they'll trade well. They'll kill more than their cost.
Right.
But it's not like 5's almost the point where if they have a squad, a squad they'll kill 3, will probably kill 5 as well. So
yeah. Okay.
I think I threw away a couple hundred extra minerals there probably.
Okay. Cool. All right, guys. Well, viewers, why don't we start some Q&A here? And again, guys, you can add me on Skype. My Skype ID is ChanmanV. And once you add me, I can add you to the call, and you can ask these guys your own questions. Otherwise, just start typing in the questions in the stream chat, and we'll ask them for you. And, any questions about any matchups, for iSAxslav, Spades, or Future, we will answer. We have a caller actually here, Jack Laney. Let's pull him in here. Tried to pull him in here, but blasted Skype. Here we go. Ooh, look at that icon. Cool.
1 second. Let me mute the stream.
Okay.
So I had a general question about, I guess, it's a Protoss question about general PvT philosophy, I guess. Because as a player, is trying to improve their mechanics, I still need things to go off of, and I need to know, like, is it okay to just sit around and get on 3 bases and then max out into a big death ball and just do a big push, or should I be going for timing attack? Should I be going for a harass-based endgame? What's a general solid style and mindset for PvT? That's good.
I think if you look at the most successful Protosses in PvT, the ones who win the most, it's definitely 2-base timings is the predominant thing. And also, even if it wasn't most successful, when you're trying to improve, I think going for like timing builds, like for example at PvZ, I don't think 2-base timings is the strongest way to play, but I think if you're just trying to work on your mechanics, it's the best way, because when you're doing 2-base timing builds, every time you lose it's going to be because of mechanics, right? Either you made some macro errors, you made some micro errors. That's pretty much the only 2 things going on in the game. So it's just a really good way to focus on your mechanic. That's all you have to think about. You don't have to worry about reacting to different things if you're committing to these timings. But then also in PvT, I mean, if you like Squirtle, yeah, it's a lot of his play. He doesn't do it every time, but it's very, at least based around threading 2-base timings. It's a large part of our arsenal. And same like MCs. People say he's not that good PvT, but he also has like beats more Terrans than any other Protoss except for Squirtle. Like, so. And he's does a lot of times as well. Of course, not exclusively timings, but it's a big part of the build. So I would definitely do 2-base timings, just classic timings, immortal timings, pure gateway timings. You definitely have a selection to choose from.
I guess adding to it then, with this, I mean, is this sort of idea good for the other matchups as Protoss, or is it?
Yeah, PvP timings are probably slightly the weakest, but even that, I think you can still go for 2-base. 3 timings. Definitely versus Zerg, there's a lot of viable ones. Immortal Sentry is currently the most popular one. But Blink Stalkers, of course, are good too.
Blink Stalkers are always good. All right, thanks for your question, Jack. Okay, we got some. Okay, we got Jason here. I think Jason is Liquid Techno in the stream chat. Hey, Jason.
Hello.
Welcome to Pro Corner. You got a question for these guys?
Yeah, I do actually. I have a question about TVP. So when I play TVP on the ladder, I play like completely standard 1 racks expand into 3 racks. I usually go 2 reactors and then get stim like +1 medevacs and combat shield, and then basically I move out on the map and cross my fingers because I don't know when to attack the Protoss, and I just pick a timing usually or do drops, but like iSAxslav said, they usually get shut down. So what I'm wondering is, like, do you guys recommend somebody like me who's not really that good? Like, I can't really make decisions on the fly on what to do. So my way to play against Zerg is just fucking 1 racks expand, get upgrades, and attack at 2-2, and it's really easy to play. And TVT, TVT is so easy for because it's, I don't know, it's so much slower. But against Protoss, I don't know how to play it easy. I don't know how to know when to attack and just be okay if it doesn't work out and not have to kite all game. So I think that's a lot of the Terrans' problems on Team Liquid on ladder. They don't know how to play it easily. And I'm wondering if you guys, I'm wondering if you have any ideas on that.
I guess how to simplify it, right? That's what you're really looking for.
Yeah.
You wanna weigh Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Your game on Shakiris was amazing, actually. That concave, and like you
Oh, God.
played really
Yeah.
passively. Like you and Thorzane are like the only Terrans who can really play passive that I've seen. And I don't know, I try to watch a lot, but like I guess MVP too. But I don't see like passive Terran, and that's what I'm kind of trying to. That's what I'm looking for. I played a lot of mech, but I was actually on that day 9 daily about mech, and I played against iSAxslav before actually he beat me to play him. I had 2 racks versus your Nexus first. That was fun. But
Okay, well,
yeah,
I
guess
mean,
if I
go
sorry,
ahead.
sorry man, no, I mean, I don't know, I was kind of rambling.
Okay.
But
If you're looking for an easy way to play TVP, it's generally not a passive style. It's really hard to play because you kind of have to like react to what your opponent's doing and just always kind of stay a step ahead if you can. And you really have to macro well. But if you're looking for a way to just kind of play, a simple build, straightforward style, I mean, a lot of people still do it. You just do some kind of 2 base, 5 racks, 2 starport. You get like 10 or so Vikings, and then you can either add in Ghost if you need to or not. But you kind of just fight the Protoss and don't let them have a third, and kind of see where that goes. I used to play like that quite a bit, but I've kind of moved on to this more passive style. But if you're looking for something really simple and straightforward, you can do something like that.
so 5 racks, don't even think about expanding. Don't even like think about taking a third.
Yeah, if no one gets a third, the Terran will eventually win. I mean, because you can eventually move your command center out, right?
And
Yeah.
If you're doing that build, one thing that's important, I think, is that is a really strong. I mean, a lot of top Terrans stay that way. Make sure that out of your first 3 barracks, 2 of them have reactors on it, because you can get a lot of Marines early for your late game army to be strong.
Yeah.
I've seen that, but then like the next 2 racks, 2 tech lab, and just pump marauders. And don't. What about like 2-2? Do you aim for 2-2 timing with that, or do you just kind of go?
You don't necessarily have to aim for a time, but you do want to like continually upgrade. You'll eventually hit a point where you might have enough Vikings to take out his Colossus, then you think you can attack then. I wouldn't say like you should focus on any kind of like upgrade timing or anything like that. You kind of have to play on feel in that regard. If the Protoss isn't taking a third, like don't feel forced to attack them. If they are taking a third, like also don't feel like you need to stop it immediately.
But just try. Yeah.
But yeah, either try to like delay it or scan his army, see what he has, and then try to take him out from like some kind of angle. Because like say like Daybreak, he takes his third, you can use your Vikings on the high ground and try to snipe a Colossus or 2, then commit. You do something like that. You don't want to just like say like, oh, he's taking a third and just throw your army at him.
Yeah, makes sense.
Make sure you're on top upgrades.
But yeah. But generally, 2 base versus 2 base, you're gonna win, unless you make some kind of like micro error or something like that. Like the Terran's probably like a 60-40 favorite at 2 base versus 2 base. Assuming it's a standard game, not like some kind of 2 base all in or anything like that. So as long as he's not taking a third, don't feel pressure to attack because your army is much more cost efficient. So if you do end up losing the fight, like you still should be okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's a pretty standard, straightforward way to play, and you should have success with it.
That's sweet. I'll try that. Just
I
a
recommend watching
little heavier
some,
2 base.
Jockey games if you want to do that style. I think he's the best player.
Okay. I've been watching a ton of Kauai Rice, and his TVP is like blows my mind. Like he just moves out, takes a position, spreads all his units, and nukes in like a random location near his army, and like splits off little packs to force you into his spread out ball. And it's really slow but also aggressive. So thanks for taking my call, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Jason, for the call. All right.
Those games were awesome.
Good
Thank you.
stuff. All right, let's take some. We don't have any more callers, so why don't we take some from the chat here? Guys looking in the chat, let's see what we got here. Let's see, does Terran have to do damage going into late game versus Protoss? No, right? I don't know.
It really depends how you're playing the game.
Like I don't feel like you did, right? Like at least.
It's kind of different because the way I play, I'm basically trying to stay either equal or ahead in economy, and that's where I'm really comfortable playing against a Protoss, even late game. But if playing any other style, generally you do need to do some kind of damage to a Protoss, and you can't let them get like their late game all their tech units out without any pressure. At least that's my thinking, and most people would agree that most people assume Protoss is like super overpowered late game, but I think it's just people aren't really thinking about it properly, and they're always playing from behind whenever they complain about something like that.
It all depends on what people invest in. Like if the Protoss is investing in double upgrades and Colossi and Templar, and the Terrans not really getting their ghosts out fast or not getting their upgrades up in line, like then yeah, they have to do damage. But that's the same in every matchup, right? If your opponent's spending more on tech or more on economy than you, that means you have more armies, so you need to do something with it before their tech and economy kicks in. But if you're attacking and macroing hard yourself, like Spades was in those games, then you don't really need to.
Yeah.
Great.
You guys notice like Spades would not just like sit on a max. Like he'd like hit iSAxslav, like I don't know, 160, 180 supply, so iSAxslav can't abuse warp in. He's still like under max, so we're not getting that warp in buff we get when we're max. So Spades is doing a really good job kind of keeping iSAxslav under that max. So it's really, really nice, because a lot of Terrans just sit on 200, and they're like, well, fuck, this is overpowered. But it's like, well, you had a timing, but you just didn't take advantage of it and let Protoss get like 30 gateways. So.
Yeah, once you both get a big bankroll, that's when those warp gates get pretty insane.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I never thought about it like that. Yeah, where you actually getting time to build their infrastructure, right?
Just means you have to be,
Got it.
And then once you kind of miss a certain point, like if it's already in a bankroll stage, then you kind of want to go ultra passive and get a lot of planetaries. Because if you fight and you both have banks, then their rewarping will kill you unless you have a bunch of planetaries to fall back. So if it ever gets to that super late game stage, then it's almost then the Terra needs to like wait for them to get all their like planetaries and mass orbs and stuff up.
Yeah, that's kind of like why in this game here on Cloud Kingdom, as soon as I hit, like Richard said, as soon as I hit like 160 supply or so, I'm just constantly moving around the map trying to force little engagements here and there, never committing, because I don't want to let him just sit back and make whatever he wants. I'm forcing him to make more Templars and stuff like that. I mean, Terran, I'm gonna say this again because I think it's really good how iSAxslav attacks all over the place. Terran has like this whole mentality where like their whole army is just in a ball moving around the map. Like we can't split off little parts because it makes our army really weak. So with iSAxslav, warping into my fourth and then my natural over and over again, that's kind of like letting hit. Like he knows I can't attack him during that because I need my whole army together to do anything. So he just kept delaying me constantly. He did it in most of the games actually really well. So when I had an army capable of killing him, I can never attack him because I'm spread out all over the place.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of Terrans make that mistake. Is they do these major battles when they have half their guys in dropships somewhere else, or they they just did drop, and it just as like you said, the Terran has to have their army.
Well, I mean, I was just talking to Future about this during y'all's cast, and I brought up the fact that a lot of Terrans always say that they have to be 30, 40 supply ahead of the Protoss. Therefore they have to have their entire armies together. When they engage. Just in that big ball versus big ball battle. But Future, you made the point. You made a point to say that that's not necessarily true. That a Terran can sustain, I guess, or win battles with equal kind of supply.
Yeah.
And we're talking 160, 170, 180, around that range, not 80 or anything like that, right? And I mean, that is that counter what was just said there, or no? I mean, Spades, you said that you have to have your basically your entire supply together to engage.
To emphasize on what iSAxslav said a little earlier about drops and stuff like that. Even top Terrans make this mistake so much. Where they think that I'm going to drop in your base and then fight your main army at the same time. Where really you just want to kind of provoke his army with yours while you're dropping, then back off. Because you don't want to fight him without, that extra, 16 supply or whatever it is in your medevacs, or even more than that. But too many people make the mistake of thinking I'm going to fight you at two places. But really you just want your drop and then, pull his army away with your main army. You don't want to ever commit when you don't have that full army, because you're fighting against a Protoss max army where you're missing, a little portion of your army. So of course, his army is going to be a little bit stronger than yours. And I mean, when it comes down to micro and everything like that, anything can happen because there's so much AoE, and Terran has, their EMPs and stuff. So you'd rather just have your whole army there when you do decide to commit to that huge battle.
So what's the point of doing this? I mean, why aren't people just completely focused on just that huge battle then? Like, there are a lot of people that do drops. You know, there are a lot of elite players that do that, right? Harass all the time. I mean,
they also lose a lot too.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, do you think their logic behind doing it is really the follow up to the big battle, which is like, you know, if I can kill some infrastructure, if I can kill some economy, then he won't be able to reload that next battle. You know, this kind of more of a future, you know, kind of down the line type of damage versus, you know, right now, because I mean both armies are huge anyways, right? At that point, is that kind of the right logic, or?
I think it's result orientated. Like, let's say you're a player, you're Terran, right, and you're doing drop play in battles, right? And if you, let's say you drop their main while you fight their whole army with your whole army, right? What's going to happen is you're going to notice your army is going to get squashed. But your drops can do a lot of damage. And then so, because people tend to be results orientated, they're like, oh wow, you know, I can't fight them, but these drops are doing really good damage. So as they play more and more games, they're going to keep doing more and more drops. And then of course, that's going to reinforce that idea, because every battle their army is going to be smaller and get squished, and so they're going to keep, it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right. I see.
I think a lot of people are kind of just stuck in that mindset, to be honest.
Yeah, I think playing like any kind of drop play is really a situational thing. Too many people get in their minds of like, you know, I have to drop, or I'm attacking over here, so I have to drop over here, where that's really not the case. Like, you only want to do it when you should. Like, there's some circumstances where, you know, maybe I'll sneak in a medevac or two and snipe some tech or something like that, but generally you're not going to be doing that when you're, you know, fighting him somewhere else, because it takes a lot of attention to the, you know, snipe buildings and stuff like that. But I see too many people say like, oh, I'm going to attack his third, so they fill up 2 medevacs and just like, you know, shift click them to 2 expansions. Where it's like late game, the Protoss are going to have, you know, cannons, they're going to have pylons all over the place. So it's like you're just basically throwing those away for no reason. Like, there should be like a situation where you feel like this drop will be worth it, and it's going to, you know, give me the result where, you know, I'll pull some of his army away in this direction or something like that. And a lot of times it's generally not a good idea to, you know, say like on Cloud Kingdom here, like if I was attacking like the bottom right base, sometimes it's not a good idea to attack, you know, his natural, even though it's the opposite side of the map and you think like, oh, it's far away, he's not going to notice it, where it might be a better idea for me to, you know, take like 8 units and just run it into his third at the same time. So he has to decide, am I going to defend my third, or am I going to come down to my bottom corner? It's stuff like that where you kind of like, you need to think of like a great situation to do it, because I'm not trying to fight his army. It's like if he does go for the third, then obviously I just kill the fourth and leave. If he goes for the fourth, then I kill the third and leave. You know, I'm not gonna like commit to his army, or, you know, just throw away my units. Like, there's actually a purpose there for my drop.
Yeah, and that's the real main, I think, you know, that's the main thing to take from that, is that there has to be intent to what you do. You know, like if you're doing drops, you're doing harasses. I mean, there's got to be a purpose to it, not just like, I'm just gonna send those and just kill workers, or, you know, just be cost efficient there. I mean, I feel like it has to be like a step further than that. There has to be, you know, you're trying to force an all in, you know, because they can't come back, or like you said, trying to split their army a little bit. And I mean, a lot of people don't. A lot of times it's just kind of a snap judgment sometimes, and they just do it, right, just to you know, just to do some damage, but don't really realize what the resulting damage, you know, could be in the future and that kind of thing. But okay, I think we're pretty much out of time, guys. So you know, thanks everybody for the questions, and I think we're just going to go straight into shout outs, and I'll do some announcements at the end here for next week. iSAxslav, why don't you go first?
Yeah, you know, shout out to, you know, you for hosting the show, and Spades and Future being on with me, and then of course, you know, my team Infinity 7, all our great sponsors, Steel Series, Deviant Arts, Zemotion, GG Well Played, and Twisted Up Studios. All
right, Spades, how about you're next?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for having me on. Like always, it's always fun. Nick, it was some good games. Rich, thank you for casting. I hope you learned something from a better Protoss player.
Oh man.
A shout out to my team, Western Wolves. Our sponsors, Mad Cat, Cyborg, Triton, Sapphire. I think I'm missing someone, but we'll pretend I didn't. And you can follow me on Twitter at Spades SC2. I don't know what this underscore nonsense is on your
it's
overlay,
it's that underscore. Oh, sorry, shit. I think you fix that shit.
Yep.
Sorry. God.
But yeah. Besides that, look for me and these lovely gentlemen at Anaheim. we'll be playing in MLG and the WCS, so hopefully we'll all do well.
I wish I was going to Anaheim, man. It sucks. All right, Future, you're up. He gets the last say today, so.
Well, it was a very entertaining series. You guys played very well, and thanks for having me on, Chris. And I guess follow me, guys. I'm Future SC on my Twitter and my Twitch. I usually stream daily, so if you want to check out some Protoss play, check me out. And thanks for having me again.
Yeah, Future, why don't you type it in there? And guys, like I was telling Future earlier, like after this show, go to his stream because he's doing that 100-game marathon thing.
Yeah.
So definitely go to his stream. I definitely want to thank the three of you guys to be on. I think you guys, obviously Nick and iSAxslav and Spades have been on the show quite a bit and are always one of the more articulate guests that can explain strategy really well. And I think Rich and Future, you're also one of those people. So it's actually really great having you guys on and talking through strategy because I think that's where the viewers really learn. Things that can really improve their play. So I thank you guys for that. I think thank you guys for the series. It was great, and Future for casting with me. Hope you had some fun doing that. I think I had a good time.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
And I want to thank the viewers, of course, for supporting the show and watching, and my mods for doing a great job of taking care of the chat or stream chat and typing in all of our infos and that kind of good stuff. And follow me on Twitter if you want to follow just the shows, Pro Corner and Climbing the Ladder. And next week we're going to be doing episode 50, so I have a lot of stuff planned that's going to be a lot of fun I think next week. And the first thing we're going to do is on Monday on Pro Corner we're going to have actually Nick back, believe it or not. We're going to have Nick back, and he's going to be doing one-on-one coaching with Maximus Black. So that should be pretty entertaining. I figured that would be fun for everybody to see. And actually Maximus is he's actually kind of serious about StarCraft 2 also. So it'll be fun, and obviously he's a great entertainer. So so he'll be on Monday. Climbing the Ladder guys, we have David Ting and Rotterdam on, and Thursday I have a really special guest. I just need the last confirmation on it, but you guys will really enjoy it. It's going to be the first of this kind on Pro Corner. That's about all I can say about it. So it'll be really cool to have him on. But I will announce it as soon as possible. But another great thing is every show next week we're going to have a giveaway, a TTE Esports giveaway. They sponsor this show, so big thanks to TTE for doing that. And they're gonna we'll be giving away I believe it's headset, mouse, and maybe bag. I think one for each of those shows. So look out for that. I'll provide details on how to enter those giveaways and hopefully you guys will win that, and we'll probably do promo codes too, so that everybody takes away something where you can get discounts on TT Esports gear. But yeah, guys, I'll have this VOD up probably later tonight, and I think that's going to be it for tonight. So that's going to be it for ChanmanV's Pro Corner. We will see you on Monday. Peace.
Peace up. A-Town down.
You know what I'm talking about, Rich?
Oh, I know.